Assalamu alaikum. Today we're going to start the essay writing. Because the new SAT essay writing, as you can see, they know, most of the students know very well that it's optional. Many students might be wondering if they should take it or not. I always say, as long as the Egyptian universities are not requiring it or do not require the SAT essay, so why should you do it, okay? But on the other side, I can tell, just go for it if you want. Go for it. Take the SAT essay writing. Because some colleges, if you're considering traveling abroad might be their requirements, why not? Okay, by all means, it's just as you can see here, it's just 50 minutes. 50 minutes after you're done with your test. Okay, so just 50 minutes. So you're going to stay 50 minutes after everybody else has gone out, okay? But this 50 minutes might give you some more options when applying for what colleges, particularly what abroad, okay? طيب تعالوا نشوف بقى شكل الاساي رايتنج بيجي ازاي في الامتحان حضراتكم. ده الشكل اللي ما بيتغيرش. As you read the passage below, consider how President Johnson uses. And by the way, this prompt or this box doesn't change. It's always there in the exam. How he uses evidence, such as facts, examples, to support claims. Reasoning, logic, to develop ideas and to connect claims and evidence. Okay. The third prompt is stylistic or persuasive elements. What stylistic or persuasive elements? Anything that has to do with the language. Anything that has to do with language. Okay? Stylistic or persuasive elements such as word choice, appeals to emotions, to add power to the ideas expressed. And then it's going to be followed by what? It's going to be followed by a passage as you can see it here. Okay? A passage that you can see it here with a very simple prompt. Okay? That passage could consist of maximum 12 paragraphs. Okay? So the first thing to do is to read the passage. Okay? The passage is not that long, but you read the passage properly. Okay, the entire passage, by the way, and then you take a look at the question itself. Okay, the question here, part of the prompt here, and the question that follows the passage. Where is the question that follows the passage? Let us see here. Okay, this is the question. What is required in there? You're going to see this prompt or this question in every passage, in every essay writing. Write an essay in which you explain how President Johnson builds an argument to persuade his audience. أهم حاجة إن هو he's trying his heart out to persuade the audience. عايز يقنع الaudience that emancipation is a proclamation and not a fact. Emancipation, اللي هو the act of liberation, the act of freedom, is proclaimed but not a fact. In your essay, أنت بقى دورك أنت بتعمل إيه؟ In your essay, analyze how he uses one or more of the features listed in the box that come before the passage. يعني إيه؟ you need to analyze how he uses, for example, let us change color here, how he uses, for example, evidence. Okay, how he uses reasoning. So you can go for only two, you understand? You can go for one, but I recommend two. You can go for what? Even three, stylistic or persuasive what elements, okay? And then you talk about it, you write about it. What else? What is your role and responsibility here? إنك أنت you analyze how he uses one or more of the features listed in the box that precedes the passage, or the features of your own choice. You might think of other features. We're going to talk about it later. انت بتعمل كده ليه؟ Your main job is to strengthen, support the logic and persuasiveness of his argument. انت عايز تقول in a way or another, the writer or the author could successfully what? Persuade the audience with his argument. Okay, that's your job. Okay, that's your job. Of course, you don't have to give opinion, by the way. You don't have to give opinion. Be sure that your analysis focuses on the most relevant features of the passage, so you don't have to comment on every single paragraph. That's very important. Your essay should not explain whether you agree with Johnson's claims, but rather explain how he builds an argument to persuade his audience. ده اللي احنا الكلام اللي احنا لسه قايلينه دلوقتي. You understand? So this is the question, and this is how your SAT essay questions would show in the exam. You understand now? So we're going to have two prompts, one before the passage. Two prompts فيها نفس السؤال ده. It will never change, okay? And then a whole passage, and then we're going to talk later how to deal with a passage, okay? Like that, and how to read, and what we should underline and annotate here, type. And then at the end, we're going to have what? We're going to have a question. حضراتكم before طبعا reading the passage, and that's very important, before reading the passage, you should read the question. This is the question. You should read it, because by reading the question, you know exactly what to do. You know exactly what to do. But by the way, this question command is what is repeated in every exam, apart from what? Apart from اللي هي المين idea اللي هي دي. خلاص كده? That might change, okay? But the rest of the question is what is repeated. We're going to complete in a new video right now. Thank you.